guys, welcome back. We're going to be working on the Spy Hunter again. I don't know what part this is going to be. Our internet's screwed up because we had a storm come through and the internet kept going on and off and stuff, so can't really check it right now. But we're going to work on stripping this control panel down, taking the coin door apart so that I can tumble the parts for that, and then we're going to primer the cabinet. So I did decide on making the Phoenix cabinet a Phoenix again. I found all the parts for it other than a wiring harness, and I reached out and somebody has a wiring harness I can borrow so that I can make one for the Phoenix cabinet. So that being said, that'll be another restoration in the future here. But let's start. I'm gonna see if I can razor blade this off. I have no idea if that's gonna work or not. Haven't even tried to peel any of this off yet, but I want to get this off. The whole front's cracked pretty bad. It's starting to rust a little bit. Plus, the reason why I'm replacing this control panel overlay is we got to weld a new stud on over here. This stud is broke off, so that's a main thing that we got to fix because that's what holds the steering assembly, and that was all kind of Mickey Mouse together before, so we need to make sure we fix that. So let me see if this razor blade will possibly take it off. If not, might have to use some heat, or I don't know yet what we're going to use. Okay, I got all the top layer peeled off. Now we need to address the sticky stuff on here. So let me go grab a couple things. Okay, we're gonna do the isopropyl alcohol like we do when we are trying to save artwork on a cabinet. Same method. We are going to put some thick paper towels on it, and then we're gonna cover it with saran wrap and let it sit here for a little while, and then we'll come back and see if we can't scrape off this sticky glue and the rest of the residue from the artwork. You want to put saran wrap on here so that this stuff doesn't evaporate, because this stuff will evaporate pretty quickly if you do not cover it with plastic. So you want to thoroughly soak this stuff in to this paper towels here. Get it nice and wet. Probably should have moved this out of the way first, but we'll move it in a minute. Let's get it covered up, saran wrap. Oh, I should have cleaned up this mess first. Okay, I'm going to lay this flat on the floor where it's cooler because the heater's on in here, and it will dry up quicker the hotter it is in your garage. So let me wipe this off and everything, and then we're going to work on disassembling this coin door so that I can get all the parts into the tumbler. Okay, we're going to get this thing pulled apart. This thing is in really good shape. We got a little bit of a scratch there, which kind of sucks. right into the texture. But for the most part, what I'm going to do with this is just Scotch-Brite it down, and then we'll touch up the texture and then paint it. If you notice on some of these Midway cabinets, this is like the exact texture that the that Krylon texture paint does. It's pretty much identical looking to this. Some of the Midway texture changed over the years, and it was a little bit bigger texture, and obviously what comes out of that spray can is a little different than what's on the Midway coin doors that have the bigger texture. So we are missing the chrome pieces here. I did order 2 new ones from Arcade Shop, so I think those are here actually. I had to drill that lock out, so that's garbage. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this apart. I'm gonna take this badge off. We're not gonna throw the badge away because we need the badge so that we can use it for a template to drill our new holes into the new badge. So, and also this 25-cent pieces, they're pretty beat up. This one has paper tape stuck to it and stuff. So I have 2 new ones of those as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And then after that, I'm gonna throw all this in the tumbler, and then we will get ready to, we'll see if that control panel is ready for scraping. If not, we'll start getting the cabinet into the spray booth and getting it taped off for primer. Okay, I stripped this one down a little bit more than usual. This one had a lot more rusty parts. The springs and everything were pretty rusty, so I said, screw it, let's just take it down all the way. These I'll have to just clean up with the wire wheel. The harness and those plastic pieces I'll soak in simple green. Look at the nasty, filthy dirt all over this. So this will definitely come out looking a million times better. So I'm gonna go put these in a tumbler, and then we're gonna see if this control panel is ready to start getting the glue off of it. This is the tumbler I use. I've been using it for a long time, and it's crushed walnut shells, desert blend from the pet store. I let my parts go in here for anywhere from 3 days to a week, and then they turn out really, really nice if you let them go a full week. But it takes definitely more than 2 days to get results. So don't think you're gonna check it in a day and it's going to be perfect, because it's not going to, it's just going to be starting to work after the first day. I don't put any sort of polish in there or anything like that. I don't think it needs it. Just let this run, let it do its thing. And let me go plug this in the back, and then I'll be back. I'm gonna go put all these plastic parts in simple green real quick. By the way, this game had this is the Spy Hunter. 135,918 plays on, according to this. And I'm not gonna soak this part, just all these. That I'll just wipe down because I don't wanna take it apart. Well, you know what? Let me look at this. You know what? I wonder if I could take that bracket off there real quick. At least tumble that bracket with everything else. You definitely don't want to put it in the tumbler, because then it's going to fill with sand and quit working. But we can definitely tumble this bracket. We'll just leave the rest of that together like that and wipe it down. So I'm going to throw this in with everything else, and then put those in simple green. All right, let me grab this control panel and see if we're getting anywhere with this or not. Kind of really wrapped it up good, so. It's only been about 20 minutes. Almost wonder if I should let it sit a little bit longer. Just try a little spot here. Yep. We'll let it keep soaking. I'm going to get the cabinet in the spray booth so we can get ready to put primer on that. All right, Journey's out of the spray booth. Looking awesome. We got to run the heater. It's only 40 degrees outside. I'm just going to throw a little plastic inside the cabinet. I'm not going to get too crazy with taping it off. Just going to be a little bit more careful when I put spray the filler primer on there, just so that it's I don't spray a bunch of areas I don't want to get it on. So let's head in here. I'm going to start mixing up the primer, and then we'll put a couple good heavy coats on here. Okay, we're going to get our primer mixed up. I'm using the Summit 2K primer, same primer I use all the time. The part number is SUMUP220G. G stands for gallon. They also have it in Q, which is quart. We're going to do 4 coats on this cabinet rather than 3, just because there's really no paint on the sides of the cabinet as we speak. Now, the sides are getting covered with vinyl, but I want to have a good, decent, smooth paint job on the cabinet because the vinyl will stick better. I've seen people stick it right to the particle board, and I tried it once, and you could see the little bit of particle board grain in the white vinyl as it ages. So I don't do that anymore. I always paint it because I don't want to see that in the future. So we're going to go ahead and mix up a bunch of this. It's a 4-to-1 mix, 4 parts primer, 1 part hardener, and then I put 10% reducer in it just to thin it out a little bit so that it sprays a little bit easier because this stuff is extremely thick. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up, and we're going to go out there and get the first coat on. I kind of just stuck some plastic on the bottom of the cabinet. Just don't want to get the new piece of plywood all primered on. It'll sand off if I do, but I'm just trying to make a little bit less work for myself. So, all right, I'll get this stirred up and everything, and then I will be back and we'll put the first coat on. Okay, it's all mixed up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on one side, put the primer on, and then I'm going to put primer on the top of the cabinet, and I'm going to put primer on the other side, then I'm going to put it on the front. Then I'm going to start right over right again. We're going to put 2 wet coats on, let it set up a little bit, and then put 2 more wet coats on. So that's how it's going to work. So if you're wondering why am I starting right back over again, that's why I'm doing it like that. Okay, it's all sprayed. It's real smooth. So it should have another real nice paint job on this one. Now, we're gonna paint the sides of this cabinet white, everything else black. Sides get covered with side art, and then everything else stays satin black. So, should turn out real nice. I wanna paint this thing this weekend so that I can get it in the basement, and then we can work on the journey, which we probably work on the journey tomorrow night probably. Start putting the monitor and stuff like that back in the cabinet, and then we'll go from there. But I'm gonna get the spray booth turned off, and we'll see if this control panel is any closer to being ready to scrape off. Okay, let's see if we got anywhere on this. This stuff that was underneath that vinyl was like spongy. It was weird, it was thick, didn't want to come off. So I don't know if this alcohol is really going to do much or not, but we're going to find out. Yeah, it's not really doing much. This stuff is on here very well. That kind of sucks. Usually, the last time I did this, the alcohol took care of it. It is not touching this stuff at all. So, that was kind of a waste of time, but you never know unless you try. I almost thought about using lacquer thinner, but I think the lacquer thinner would eat the plastic. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Well, let me think here. Looks like I'm probably gonna have to sit here with the strip disc and strip this crap off of here, which is going to suck. Trying to keep the razor blade away from me so I don't cut myself. That's some thick stuff. It's like a real thick paper. It's weird. Well, I guess we could try a strip disc for a little bit and just see what happens. Probably won't get it completely clean tonight, but I'll maybe mess with it for 20 minutes or so and see what we come up with. I almost wonder if a wire wheel would work better. Okay, the wire wheel definitely got the heavy stuff off. Now I'm putting some lacquer thinner on it. See if we can get rid of some of the sticky residue. But it definitely got the thick poster board foam stuff off of here, whatever the heck it is. Nice. Well, that's starting to work. All right, it's stripped down. It took me just under 20 minutes. So it went pretty quick. Lacquer thinner definitely, the wire wheel helped. It got all the heavy stuff off, and then the lacquer thinner broke down the glue really fast. And you saw I had to do it a few times. Now I am gonna do some body work to this. It is flat and there's really no dents in it, but all this new vinyl is thin these days. It's not thick like it used to be. So we're gonna Bondo in these spots right here. Because if we don't, I'm afraid somebody's gonna come up and push on it, or you know what I mean? And once a kid finds out that that's there, what do you think's gonna happen? They're gonna keep pushing on it until they crack the CPO. So we're gonna mud these in, but first what we'll have to do is weld this stud in. We'll have to weld a new stud in there, and then do a little bit of body work, and then it'll be ready for paint. So we got a lot done tonight, I think. I've only been out here for about 2 hours. So this just goes to show what you can get done in a few hours by just putting your mind to it and just getting it done. I just like to get stuff done. You know, there's really no point in having these games sit around for 20 years and not get restored. I want to get them restored and to be able to play them, you know what I mean? So that's going to end this video. I think this is part 6, maybe part 7. I got this glue stuff stuck to me everywhere. But anyways, this is either part 6 or 7 of the Spy Hunter restoration. I'm not sure. We're having bad weather tonight, a lot of wind and stuff, and the internet keeps going in and out, so I'll know here in a little bit, and I'll put it in the description on the video. But that's going to end this one, guys. So I appreciate everybody who's been watching and liking, and the new subscribers and the comments. I appreciate all of it. Once again, feel free to send me a comment. Any questions or anything, send me a comment, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys later.